Hey guys, it's Gingerly and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a challenge video. This is something that I've never really done before, but I think this is going to be quite fun. We are doing the At Night with No Lights challenge, which was created by Hatsy, I believe. I'll be sure to link her video in the description, so if you want to check it out, be sure to. If I remember, that is. I'm pretty bad at that, but I'll do my best. But yeah, so I saw this going around. A lot of people did this, and so I decided why not give it a go myself. So yeah, the way I've decided to do this, because I've seen a few people do it differently, so I just decided to do it this way. I'm not sure if other people have done this as well or whatnot, but anyway, I've decided to speed up the part of me actually building the house, and then at the end we will have I guess, I want to say a live reveal, but obviously it's not live, but it's me actually having my proper reaction, if that makes sense. So stay tuned for that at the end. But yeah, so I thought this would be a better idea rather than me talking through building this, because otherwise it would be a really, really, really long video, and I feel like it wouldn't be that entertaining. I don't know. Maybe it would, but it'd be way too long. So I thought this would be the best option. Anyway, so I decided that I wanted to build a kind of small house, but I ended up going with a 2-bedroom house, which, I mean, it's still kind of small, but it's a bit bigger than I anticipated. Originally, I was kind of oh, maybe I'll do kind of a tiny house, but it ended up just being like this. And from the shape of it, it kind of just reminded me of I I want to kind of say a typical Australian house, but also not really. But it was definitely more of a traditional house, if that makes sense. So, I tried to obviously furnish it and stuff like that in a way that worked with the house. So, I mean, this isn't necessarily my style or anything, but just like with all my builds, I do really try to cater to what I'm actually trying to build. I don't know if that made any sense at all, but whatever. Yeah, so here I was picking the room colors, which can be a little bit difficult. I mean, obviously I can see the color I'm picking originally, but I knew that this was going to make it a little bit harder because obviously in the dark you can't really see what the color looks like. So matching everything to that, I thought was going to be kind of difficult. And I feel like this challenge wasn't actually as hard as I anticipated. It was just more frustrating, but still. um, yeah, I mean, obviously you can see that I went with white counters for the kitchen, and I believe the color of this room was a dusty rose color. And so I knew that white would go best, and I mean, I would do that anyway if I was building, and so I didn't really want to go for a different color. I mean, I don't really know what you would put in there that's colorful that goes super well with a dusty rose color anyway, but yeah, I went with what I would actually do, but obviously, you know, it's harder because I can't see what I'm actually doing. So I had to rely a lot on making sure that I was happy with the color of the object in when I was choosing it. You know, because obviously I can't see its proper color in the actual build. Oh god, you guys know the struggle is real when it comes to words here on this channel. But anyway, I almost put a fireplace in, then realized that that gives light, so I quickly put that away. But it didn't reveal anything or anything like that, so yeah. What I kind of was a bit unsure about here was that I put in some cream colored couches, just because I thought that was a bit different. I usually go for white or something along those lines, and it was kind of a risk because I couldn't see how it would go because everything else had a lot of white in it, and so it was kind of a gamble, because sometimes I feel like when you have a lot of white and then you put a bit of cream in there, it doesn't always work that well. Obviously, that's my opinion, but yeah, so I was a bit unsure how that would go. And here I'm doing it the bathroom. which was kind of difficult because I was playing around with a few different counters and I couldn't quite tell the difference. Like there's like multiple swatches and I think one was just like a bit of an older look, but I think I ended up going with like the newer looking ones. Not that that matters anyway. I'm rambling. um, but yeah, I mean, the bathroom wasn't too bad because again, a lot of it was just kind of white. um, although I did put a shower bath thing in there that had like blue on it, like the curtains had blue on it, and the room was blue, so I was hoping that that would go well as well because obviously I couldn't tell. Yeah, and so then I moved on to the master bedroom. Not that honestly this really makes it a master, but I mean, this is like the adult bedroom. I also made a kid's bedroom, so we'll go with master bedroom. And this was a bit more difficult. The walls were also a blue, but a darker blue. Um, and I don't know, I decided to use a bed that I have never used before. I mean, I've used the actual bed, I'm pretty sure, before, but not that swatch. And so I was a bit unsure of how that would go because I've never really seen it. So yeah, I tried to make it match as well as I thought it could, but obviously I couldn't really tell. So yeah, it's definitely a bit frustrating because there are times when you're like, oh, I don't know if this would work. I can't tell. So I usually in those situations go for something that I thought looked a bit better. But anyway. And then this is the kids' room, which I think honestly is kind of an easy thing to do. I didn't really think about this when I was doing it, but obviously kids' rooms, they're not super like matchy matchy most of the time. I mean, I try to like make them look cute and all that, but um you know, you can mix a lot of colors together, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, obviously there are some like colorways that wouldn't particularly go, but I believe the walls are like a mint color in here, so yeah. But anyway, so I'm just doing like the outsides now, some terrain paints and some gardening, and you know, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to do too much, but yeah. So, pretty much in a minute we will go on to I guess the live version of me and we will have a look at how I thought I went. So, hopefully you guys will like that. I thought that would be a good idea. But yeah, I will see you in a moment. Well, not see you, talk to you. Alright, so here we are. I guess now I'm kind of like live, but not really, if you know what I mean. So, I'm looking at the house. We're obviously still in like night mode, so I'm going to switch it to daytime and we can see what I guess the end result is. And I'm kind of nervous, but at the same time, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so here we go. Okay. So first impressions is I actually like this. I think I did a pretty good job. Okay. It's funny because I always pick the same roofs because I just like the same like pattern or whatever because I'm not a huge fan of the other ones. But I think this goes well. I was considering changing it because I wasn't sure if these two would go well together, but I think it looks alright. And I think I did a pretty good job with like the terrain paints as well. It's not like too full on. I was a little worried that it would look a bit too harsh or something, but I'm quite impressed. I'm pretty happy. Alright, so I think that's pretty good for now. I guess we'll have a look in the inside, which is where things will probably go downhill. Okay. I'm going to pop in some lights real quick and then we can have a better idea of what it's going to look like. Alright, so I've popped in some lights and now we can have a much better look. Okay, so obviously I chose this kind of like dusty rose color for the walls and I don't mind that. I think that works okay and I think I did an alright job at matching everything else in there. I wanted to go a little bit different with the cream colored sofas and stuff, which I think still works really well. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this, I think. I don't think anything's like, you know, overly, I guess, I was gonna say wrong, but like, you know, nothing stands out as being completely out of place. So I think for this room, I did a pretty good job. I guess we'll move on to like the little hallway, which honestly, that looks fine too. I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it all works. It's all, you know, pretty matchy. There's a lot of white and stuff going on there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that too. Now the bathroom. This is obviously kind of a blue color, which, you know, that's cool. I like it. I think it actually works really well in a bathroom. Hold on, let me take the grids off. There we go. Yeah, wait, are these the same? Or is it, oh, okay, it's because I have the light in a weird position. Right? I don't know, are they the same? Yeah, they are, because look, they all look kind of a bit different. It's weird how the game does that, but that's okay. That's not the point of this video. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this as well. I like the fact that the, like, I guess the hardware of this towel rack matches the hardware of the sink. Because obviously I couldn't tell that in the dark. So yeah, I'm happy with that too. Cool. Alright, so I guess we'll go to this one. And I'm also really happy with how this turned out. I kind of forgot what colour I used on the walls. And to be honest, I thought it was more of a mint colour. Like, this looks a bit more blue. I thought it was going to be similar to this, but maybe a bit more minty. But I think this works well. I was a bit nervous about putting this bed in here because obviously it's kind of like a mint colour and I wasn't sure if it was going to like completely clash or whatever, but I think it looks good. And yeah, so I don't know. I mean, kids' rooms are kind of easy, to be honest. I feel like they're not that difficult. You just make them fun and colourful and it works. So, I don't know. I'm happy with this one too. Now, this one is going to be the one that is most interesting. I mean, obviously, the blues in the bed and the blues on the wall, they're different, which is fine. I think it still works. I don't think I've actually really I have never used this bed swatch or this swatch of the bed, whatever, before. But, I don't know, I like it. I think it still goes. I mean, you know, not everything can match perfectly. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think the rug looks pretty good too. It adds a slight more like elegant feel, I guess, into the room. And I mean, I think the only thing that's a bit like, I don't know if I would have necessarily put this in here, you know, the painting of the flowers, but I mean, it still works. It's not like horrendous or anything, so I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Same with this, honestly, too. I wasn't too sure about that, but I think it works. Not that we really have anything, you know, that's kind of like brown or whatever, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I did a good job. I mean, not that this was like super hard or anything, but it was definitely more frustrating than anything because you can't really see what you're doing. But no, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I tried to be a bit more out there with, you know, changing the colours up of the rooms and not going with like, I don't know, a grey or something. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't know. But then again, I guess a lot of the furniture is like kind of a white colour, so, you know, maybe I could have, you know, been a bit more out there with using different colours, but for this house I thought it worked the best. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!